Hello everyone and welcome back to another one of my videos. And for this video I am once again continuing my series of giving my Ktuber's friends a mini album. I'll be giving them their own concept storyline or music video and their own styling and of course the album cover. Today's Ktuber is the lovely Blossom Inc. I like Blossom as a Ktuber. I think she has a wonderful voice and the way she does her essay videos and commentaries are so entertaining and fascinating to watch. I've always wanted to do a video of her, and after this video I hope we become the best of friends. Now that intro is over, let's move on. The concept is what I call fantasy meets pastel colors. Because Blossom's favorite color is blue and pink, I decided to add different shades of pink and blue and make it pastel as ever. I wanted to create a canvas of pastel colors with a mix of fantasy concepts such as having cool colors with dark blue and white. I also kept his colors of how flowers are colored as such as pastel pink and pastel orange because I wanted to make it close to Blossom's name. Next is the storyline or music video. So this story is basically a music recreation of a movie. This movie is called The Tale of Princess Kaguya. If you don't know that movie, The Tale of Princess Kaguya is a Studio Ghibli directed by the late Isao Takahata, rest in peace. It's a long Japanese folk tale about a girl experiencing a life of what a woman should be, avoiding the norms of how to be a woman but also learning what it truly means to love somebody. In this music video, Princess Kaguya is obviously Blossom. In the story, a family has adopted a cute little girl inside in an image of a flower inside of a bamboo cut. In the story, the princess was adored by many and said to be very beautiful. But because of that, she had to be able to marry the one who can find what she wants. In the story, they later find out that Kaguya doesn't belong in this world, the princess belongs in the moon. The story ended with the father accepting that Kaguya must return to where she belongs, and Kaguya thanked her family and returned to the moon. I think this is a good storyline to capture the essence of what being a lady without being too old or being ahead of its time. I think this story talks about how you must always return to where you belong, which can be interpreted as you shouldn't try to be someone you're not. Kaguya eventually returns to the moon because that is where she belongs. Even if she wanted to stay, she couldn't. Although in real life, there aren't celestial beings from the moon. I think it can be applied to friendships and peer pressure. Growing up, children are often influenced by the opinions of their peers, and it can drastically impact their future path. The wrong group of friends will send them down the wrong path. With the right group of friends, you will be on the good path and become someone who will have their own opinions and understand when you should stand up for your own beliefs. Next is the styling. I wanted it to be historical because the music video has some historical drama vibes into it, but I wanted it to be faithful to the concept. I had the vision, so I decided to have a mix of both. Of course, a princess wouldn't be a princess without a dress, but I wanted it to be clothes with Kaguya's personality and of course Blossom's. In the movie, Kaguya was very humble and modest, and that's the reason why she was considered beautiful, because she was pretty inside and out, and of course Blossom is very sweet but strong too, so her dresses is a mix of modest clothing such as commoners' clothing at the time and the poofy elegant ones for the symbolism that she is a princess. I do like to think that she'll wear that when she's trying to be a good princess and how she wants to be perceived as someone with royalty, while when she's alone and when she's with her family she dresses down and enjoys being simple. The jewelry is little pieces for her hair and necklaces to see how youthful she is. And the finishing touch, I added a bouquet of flowers as her headpiece for of course her name, Blossom, in general. And now behold the moment you've all been waiting for. The mini album. I drew an image of a lady in digital art with the use of blue color. Yes, that did take a lot of time to draw because drawing a woman was harder than I initially thought. It took 3 days for me to come up with the silhouette and draw the details and of course make sure that it sticks into the frame and not look like it's just splashed water. So the detail, I tried very hard to make it look like Kaguya, and it was very hard, so I imagined it to be like this. I didn't want it to be the same with Arts and Mady's album cover where it's an idol with the given album cover title. I wanted to try something new. Also, the splashed watercolor was actually a reference on Blossom's last name ink that obviously shows how it looks like the image of the woman is splattered with blue watercolors. The album title is called My Blossom, which is of course a reference to Blossom's name, and next if of course I wanted to make it a reflection of how since this is her time to shine, it's as if a metaphor on how this album is a flower and how this is how she would grow as a person by releasing this. Now that that is settled, we shall now listen to the mini album.